welcome to another episode of a chit chat with Priya and Aarti. And I have Aarti in the other end, the beautiful girl. Do you see her?
Thank you, Priya, for a lovely compliment. And hello, everyone.
So, guys, today, out of nowhere, we picked up an interesting topic, which is peace, and sometimes we also find it very funny about it. Okay, and when we picked up, we just kept on, thinking that what do we say about it? It's such a funny topic. Like, how can we express the peace? So then we were like, okay, let's go with the flow. So we will begin our topic with what we understand about what we used to understand about peace and what peace it is, right? What is the definition of peace actually is right now, right? And when I used to think about peace, it used to be like, that close your eyes and you are in somewhere other part of the world, and there is no sound, everything is calm and quiet, you are feeling cold and cozy, and that's the definition of peace that I used to believe few years back. And then slowly, when I started evolving, when I started trying to find out, like I started literally running behind the peach, like where is that where can I buy that piece, which shop do I get it? So this is how I started running behind it. And then what I found out is this is an illusionary definition which was given to us, okay, so that we can run behind it. But actually running behind it, if you stop, like if you just stop running behind it, that's the space from where you can create your own peace, so that's a beautiful realization, which I found out eventually like few years back. And I think that's the time where things started unraveling into my life, and which was really amazing. So Aarti, like, what's your story of peace? Like, what do you think peace is all about?
So, Priya, you have given a very nice introduction, right? Like in general. But if I have to go a bit technical, what exactly peace is? Peace is basically freeing up your mind from any external disturbances and internal disturbances as well. So that is what we call it, so-called technical definition of peace. Now, when you mentioned that we are running behind to get that peace, but however, I think I realized it very recently, it's not about running after peace, it's actually stopping and then attaining peace. It's just the opposite, right? And also peace, we want peace, everybody wants peace, everybody. So if you ask someone what are they looking for, they will say I want peace, but then they actually don't know what exactly is peace for them. Like they want everything should be calm and everything, then I will be peaceful. But what is peace? Like you want something, but you do not know what it means for you, right? And even if you know, that definition could be so many that ultimately you can't even achieve or attain it, right? So peace basically, so I think I am very much inspired by the movie Kung Fu Panda. And in Kung Fu Panda, I think in every part they have talked about inner peace. And if you have seen those movies, I think you can better understand it, that inner peace is nothing but channelizing the energies outside and inside you in a way that works for you. When you channelize those energies inside you, the external energies, like the universal external energies, when you channelize those energies and internalize those energies, that's when you feel peaceful, right? And it's, you cannot be, so if you decide that, right now I am doing job, I have my studies, I have to take care of family, blah 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 blah, how can I be peaceful? But it's nothing like that. You can choose peace irrespective of what position or what age you are or what's going on, because peace is something that you have, that is internal, not something external that you can, okay, once this age is crossed, I can pick and start practicing peace. No, it doesn't happen that way. It's a gradual practice. And we both of us know that, because we have gone through the phase of, like, when we were not at peace, to a space where actually there are long duration of time when we are at peace, irrespective of what's going on. I remember when this COVID pandemic started, and I was initially like, getting paranoid, seeing what everything was happening, but you were at peace with it. Like, for you, it was like you were so confident, okay, whatever it is, it will not affect me, or nothing is, like, you considered yourself so powerful, or you have that confidence that, okay, let it be. If you come across that, you will fight it, you will face it. But then your peace was not disturbed. Why? Because you had, you were okay with it. You did not have to do anything, because that was just your belief.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, and a very important question is like, for people who really want to look for peace, the definition what I get in their mind is they don't want to have any problem around them or anyone around them. They just want to stay on their own. But if, like, how many times have you got a chance to stay alone and you say, oh my god, I cannot stay alone?
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's scary. Why? It's because you do not, even if you get a chance, you would not choose it. You fear your own presence. You're not comfortable your own presence because you yourself starts talk, like, haunting a lot in your mind.
Yeah, it's not actually haunting, Priya. It's like, see, we know that we can talk. Like, our mind is a constant chatterbox. And the moment you let it be, it can think so many things at the same time. Like, you give it 1 minute and you see you have thousands of thoughts. And yeah, so instead of haunt, I would call it a constant clutter. But you go on.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Like, yeah, it is a chatterbox. But what happens is, that's the reason having staying alone, even for some time, is even more scarier than being with people around.
Yeah,
Because those people will give you little thoughts, little discomfort, and what you're like, the few topics. But when you are alone, your mind will process years and years of thought at one shot, and you don't know how to deal with it. And that's
absolutely.
where you go into a place of chaos. You just don't know how to get the peace.
Absolutely. And I think when you talked about, when you stay alone, so I know a lot of people who stay with families, and then they are like, they said that they can't and they want to shift and stay alone. And I know, because I have seen you, so from a phase where, staying alone is not easy.
Yeah.
Like, people get inspired by you and see you, the kind of freedom that you have, but staying alone, and I like, for you also was not easy till the time you started having peace. But they do not look at the journey, they always
Yeah,
see the end result.
exactly.
Like, so there are times when even I am alone, and when I know that, like, especially when my parents go out for a week or something, then I used to plan, okay, I'll do this thing, okay, I'll do this thing, and all those things. But I think first 2 days I'll be like completely dull, because I will miss that.
Ah,
I'll miss their space around me, right? And after like couple of days have passed, then I'll say, okay, I'm losing my time, so why not better utilize it to do something grateful, right?
yes, yes,
So
yes,
to switch over, personally, for me also takes time.
yes.
right? And
Yes,
to be in a space where you are, everybody loves their own space, and they all think that only when you are in your own space you can have peace. It's not with me.
yeah.
I'm at peace with other people around.
Exactly. And it is actually the opposite of for me. So when I go to
Yes.
meet people, I can stay for a certain number of hours. And after that, it's like, okay, let me go back to my place because, being with me makes me peaceful. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the like, a simple yet little difficult explanation of peace. No, and I think we should also talk about that what and all we used to do or people does for having the peace.
Yeah, I know. And I was just thinking the same point, like, when to have peace, what do people do? They go for Vipassana, they go for, spend time with nature, or they'll go to trekking, traveling, everything they'll do, they will enjoy, they will be at peace, but that is momentarily. Like, I would not say for everybody, but at least for majority of the population, right? They would feel at peace, but then once they get back to their routine life, they start feeling very normal, and they again think, okay, that was peace for me, this isn't. So when you have two separate categories, okay, I categorize these things as peace, and these things for me as I'm not at peace, it can never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And also, I've seen many people try to do that because somebody has said ki that's where you will get a peace. They really don't know the foundation of uh, how to be at peace. You can be very much peaceful for vipassana and meditation and all of that, but you can also be peaceful when you are not doing that. you know they don't go to that space, and actually uh, they don't do a research, I would say, on what is the state, what is the actual deeper meaning or state of peace. And even like other people, like my mom, my dad, like they go to the temple and they say, God give me peace, God give me peace, and then God is like, I sometimes laugh that okay, God also does not know what they want, and throughout their life there is no peace because they cannot have the peace. Even if God gives them a situation where they can have a peace, they cannot. There, I know many people, they don't even start meditating because they say, oh my god, meditation I cannot start. Oh my god, I cannot do this for peace, but I want a peace. And this does not happen like that.
And also, I think we come across a lot of people that they say that, you don't know what's happening in my life. It's okay. It takes that. How can I even ask for peace at this moment? I have to take care of this, this money issues, that issue, that issue. Now, how can I even think of peace? But then, my only question to them, like obviously I do not ask to them at that moment. I have to empathize with them. But the only thought that goes behind me is your stress and your worry about that particular situation or people isn't going to change. If you think that you are in chaotic situation, and if you keep on worrying about it, it's not going to change. So instead of choose something that is lighter and then have a different perspective of that particular situation.
Yes. And think of those. Uh, so many of ladies who cook in house, for them cooking is it's something which they enjoy. Well, I don't, but I think many people they really enjoy. you know so now for me, cooking is not a piece, it's a chaos for me. If somebody says, that's the same example what Aarti you gave me, that if you say ki go for peace, I can definitely use this. Listen, first let me cook and then I will go for peace. because cooking is not a comfortable situation. For me, I have to solve it and then go for a peace.
But
What
then I think change that. Have peace while cooking, even if you're not liking it. So you have to tame your mind saying that, okay, as long as I'm cooking for this period, I am choosing peace. So with that, cook and see the difference. You're not
exactly?
taxing your mind basically.
Exactly. So people who love cooking, for them, if you talk about peace, they are cooking and they're enjoying and they're having peace with that. You know. So it is rightly said, like what Aarti rightly said. If you're trying to solve issues first and then going for a peace, then you definitely have to track back and first see that do you really like doing it? Because trust me, you cannot solve this issue until unless you are having a peace with that. Your mind will keep on chattering, your mind will keep on tickling, and you just end up saying that I don't have peace and I need a peace. You know. So Aarti, I think you were talking about a funny scene about Kung Fu Panda,
I think I told in the beginning, right?
but there was a dialogue which I think you were talking, or
No, I don't
no?
think so.
Okay, sure. So I thought like the dialogue was funny, but I am not able to recall that dialogue.
Okay.
So that's okay. Maybe we can add that in the comment if you remember.
Sure. Yeah.
So guys, this is about peace, and peace is it's such a lovely it's such a lovely state, and I think we also should talk about what are the few things that we do to get that peace. You know.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
So Aati, would you like to talk about it?
Yes, now I will. Yeah. Yeah, my face just lightened up when you said. So, couple of things that we both have been doing is that we both practice bars like very very religiously, and it's like an addiction. People get addicted, so that's our addiction. Like we don't say to bars. It's a crime. Okay. So that brings a lot of peace in our lives. And second thing that we do on a regular basis is that we practice Reiki also. It's not that you can attain peace while practicing both these things, but what we are trying to tell you is there are modalities available in case you are interested to learn and further explore, right? And there are days when we have so gotten up with a lot of stress that's going around, especially in work life or something, but then all of a sudden when we do bars or when we do reiki, it's a different sense of peace that we both get, and that helps us to do whatever we are doing at a much calmer space, like the space around us shifts, and when that happens, that's when we say, ah, inner peace.
Yes, yes. So the point that you need to understand between Reiki or bar or meditation, for example, right? Many people they like these, many people they don't like this, even if they practice. The point is when you are taking help of these, you also should be in a position uh, to be open on the possibilities that is available for you. Now you are doing bars, and after bars you go back and you say you call me or Aarti saying that what, you did bars, now I come back and I have the same problem, this problem, that problem, now I have to deal with it. Now okay, where is the peace? So it will not work. That the number one point is, when you come back, are you able to see there must be something in your head, some change, maybe a very minute, some change. Your focus has to be in that change rather than again coming back and again going back to the same problem, you know. And another thing is that if you don't feel on the first day, are you ready to, continue doing it for a couple of days? You have tried a regular way of living life and you have always been asking for peace, happiness in your life, but and you have planned, like you have always planned to sort this and then you are happy, sort that and you're happy. But this goes into a never ending process. You don't even know that by the time you solve something, something else can come up. So this is how the life goes in your life, right? So when you know that this way is not working, can you just give a month or two, like without going back to your own plan, with your own logic, like become a childlike, like how a small child, you would like your child to listen to what you say so that they can learn. Become a childlike for few months and go with what is being said. Like we are not saying that, follow me or follow her or anything, but if you have picked up something, go for that religiously and try to see. Your question should be what is changing here, rather than saying, see, nothing is changing, or nothing is changing, so nothing is changing. Okay, go with it. And in one more thing I would say is, so in your job, the difference between a fresher and an experienced, you can see from their body language who's a fresher, who's an experienced, and guys, um, Aarti can see that, I can see that, who has really who's willing to change and who's not willing to change. It's a fresher and an experienced body language. Okay,
Not only the body language, I think, Priya, it's the energy.
Yes.
Because when you are working in a company for a long time, you get so used to it that after beyond, sometimes it doesn't even matter. But as a fresher, it's more of an energy.
Exactly. So, people can make out that whether you're really doing it or you're not doing it. You can keep on saying it, but still people can make out. And it's a self-commitment to yourself, that how you want to attain it, and you really want to attain it. If you don't want to, it's okay. But if you really are looking for it, you must have to commit for at least a month, I would say.
I think, Priya, when you talked about commitment, I think what my request for everybody who's just learning to practice peace is to start living in the moment. That's the key. So once you start enjoying one day, each day, that's when it becomes a practice. So thinking for people, maybe a month would be too much. So I think living in the present and enjoying each and every day with whatever situation going on. So start committing with one day. Like today I will do this. Next day, today again I'm choosing this. Third day, today I'm to do that. And when you're committing, to commit to yourself, that's when you will see a complete shift. If in case, if you feel that okay, 2 days, 3 days is like I'm continuously practice, I need to take a break, give that break to you, and then again pick that up. But once you start practicing, like when living in the moment, that's when you will make that as a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it will be a lot more easier for you guys to understand how to deal with it. Futuristic, the future brings worry, and once worry enters your space, that's when you can't calm and have peace. So stop worrying about it and start living in the moment, living in the present, and celebrate life. Life is a gift that needs to be celebrated. Okay. And if you start celebrating life, you can see so many magical things around you. I think when we started doing Magic Book Club, Priya, like my perspective about everything shifted to like 360 degree. Like everything I look, okay, this is so, I should be grateful for this, I should be grateful for that. And then I actually started acknowledging.
Yes,
And when you acknowledge and you make peace with those things, automatically shifts starts happening within yourself. And
correct.
that's what everybody is looking for. It's nothing is outside, everything is inside, everything is inside you. You just have
Exactly.
to tap it, and then acknowledge it, get it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So, guys, if this video looks a little complicated, it looks more subjective. Again, you need to experience it to be able to understand it. You can reach out to both of us. We are more than happy to guide you or help you, whatever you say, during your journey. And we enjoy like seeing people changing. It's a beautiful experience to see it. So you can reach out to us, and our details are there, will be there in the description box. And Aarti, would you like to say anything before we wind up?
Just one more thing. If you feel that this video was of any value to you, just share it. Just share it and help us spread the message to larger people. That's one request. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.